The experts think it started when she was only 3 years old.
Sometimes he would tell me we was playing a game, and I was too young to know it wasn't.
He told her she shouldn't tell about their games, and she didn't. But she wasn't the only one getting abused.
He drank, and he would be abusive to me, and there was never a thought in my mind that he was hurting my children.
Her mother took her to see a doctor when she cried hysterically to go to the store with her. The doctor called it separation anxiety and told her mom this.
I should leave her for short trips just to build her confidence, to know that I was coming back. It's like delivering your children into the hands of the devil.
What he did was unimaginable, especially when you know he did it to his 3 or 4-year-old daughter.
He would put his body parts inside of mine. He would do it whenever nobody was around, if my mom was out and my sisters were gone, and if my brother, he was little, so he would make him go watch TV or play with his toys.
When she went to school and mixed with other children, she quickly realized it wasn't a game she was playing with her dad.
Once I got older, kids at school would talk about stuff like that, like sex and stuff, so then I started thinking I was too young to do that, and then I would think, why would he do this to me if he was my dad and he loved me?
And she started to think bad things about herself.
Well, when I found out it was bad, I used to take baths a lot because I thought I was a dirty person for doing it. So I just took baths a lot.
Even though she knew it wasn't a game and it was wrong, she was afraid to tell and didn't even ask her dad why he did it.
I was scared.
Did you never talk to him about it and say, why do you do this to me? No?
She's a victim, but her strength will amaze you. She's already helping other victims face their terror.
She didn't know that I was sexually abused, but she had told me about how her dad used to do that, and so I talked to her and told her things I had to do, and she said her mother didn't believe her because she was a little girl.
There is a place that does believe these kids.
He lived with me as a little
It's
girl.
called SafePath.
After all that happened
More on that tomorrow.
to her, she...
Does a parent ever get over the shock of finding out her own daughter was abused by her husband?
God gave her to me to protect, and I sometimes feel that I failed her.
The hurt may never go away for this mother because she feels now she should have seen the signs. But the victim saw her mother being abused, and she and her brother were even forced to help their father in that abuse.
He was going to have control, and burning the mother's things in the backyard and making the children bring out her things and throw them in the fire.
And the Advocacy Center can be used.
Karen Nash is a counselor at SafePath in Cobb County. It's a place where abused children can talk to detectives who will investigate their charges immediately. They get medical attention if they need it, DFACS if needed, and always counseling.
He would tell me not to tell, or I would get punished.
I don't know what we would have done if there was no SafePath, because I didn't know how to talk to her. I couldn't talk to her.
And then I pretend I'm a lawyer.
I was concerned the child who spoke with me would be set back because she told her story. She said, don't worry. This little girl has the same reason for telling you that she had telling that jury in court.
I felt it was the right thing to do because I could have stopped him from doing it to anybody else in our family, like my niece.
Critics may still blame the mother for not knowing for so long. Karen told us the abused sometimes never tell anyone.
Many times they're told, if you tell, you'll ruin our family. If you tell, your mother will be angry with you. Or if you tell, you'll be the one put out, it won't be me, you'll go to foster care.
At this very safe and locked up facility, on the walls you will find pictures of the staff when they were children. Children who remind those who work here that kids can be happy. And one picture of an angel who remind them if they don't do their work well, sometimes children can be tortured to death.
You're not confused anymore.
Karen Nash said SafePath handled more than 1,100 cases last year. She said she is shocked every day on how cruel people can be, and just as shocked when asking children what was the worst thing about what happened to them. Listen to just one child's answer.
She said, I'd have to find places to sleep because I couldn't sleep at night because he always came in the night. And I'll never forget, she just looked up at me and just said, you know, a kid should be able to go to sleep at night.
We've seen many cases like the one we've been telling you about end violently.
I thought of 100 different ways I could have killed him. Thought of 100 different ways.
But this case ended up in court. The abuser got 50 years, 90% without a chance of parole.